What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be testing some sample footage between this Blackmagic Pocket 4K and the EOS R6. I just want to compare the footage, what it looks like. With the R6, I'm going to be shooting in C-Log 3, but the native ISO for C-Log 3 is 800 on the R6. I'm going to be using the Leica 35mm for both, which means I'm going to have to be pulling focus manually for both of the shots. But whereas the R6 highest quality of 4K that the R6 offers is the IPB, and whereas the Blackmagic, obviously you can shoot 4K DCI B-RAW, and the compression rate I'm going to be shooting on the Blackmagic is at 12:1, so you know, the look is pretty similar. So when you're comparing the sample footage, just know that the R6 I'm shooting at 4K 24 frames per second with the highest IPB that the R6 offers, as well as the Blackmagic Pocket 4K. I'm going to be shooting 4K 24 frames per second, but 12:1 bit rate. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm going to try to do some action shots. I'm going to try to do some landscapes, all of the typical shots that you would do during a shoot. I just personally am doing this to see how different the R6 is from the Blackmagic Pocket 4K, because I feel like the Blackmagic Pocket 4K with RAW, it's pretty cool that you can do things that you can't really do with just 10-bit C-Log 3. Something I forgot to mention is that I'm going to be using a Polar Pro variable ND. This only offers 2 to 5 stops of neutral density to where I can still kind of have a wide open aperture. It is bright and very sunny today. We're getting a little bit of overcast, so maybe we will get lucky with the clouds so that I can have the aperture wide open. But for the most part, I'm probably going to be shooting at around f4, just so that I can still get a lot of dynamic range. One last thing before I actually get into this, the base ISO I forgot to mention on the Blackmagic Pocket 4K is 400, so I'm going to be trying to keep all of my clips with the Blackmagic around 400 ISO, and same with the R6. The base ISO for C-Log 3 is 800, so the f-stop will probably be obviously more closed with the R6, whereas with the Blackmagic Pocket 4K, I still have a little bit of grace because there's about 400 difference in the ISO. So the aperture on the Blackmagic is possibly going to be able to be more wide, whereas on the R6, since the base ISO is 800, I'm not going to be able to have that aperture as open.